Okay, we've got Chess Knight 1986. So he's got the age advantage on me. I was born in 1990. So, you know, he'll have more experience, I guess. But then again, I'm higher rated, so maybe that'll count for something. Okay, we'll see how it goes. I haven't done one of these in a while, a YouTube video that is, because I've had some microphone issues, but I got a fancy new mic, so now I'm gonna try to get back to cranking out the content. This is how I like to play against the London. I refer to it as the bouncing across variation for the Twitch viewer bouncing across who introduced me to it. And I don't know the move c3. I'm used to them playing e3 and then queen b6. So I don't know what the deal with c3 is. Feels like that's where the knight wants to be, so I don't really want to take. But the question is, what do I do? Maybe knight c6, is that anything? I could play queen b6 anyway. Also thinking about e6. E6, I think I'm gonna go with e6. Just because, like, the way I normally play this setup is to play g6 and get this bishop good on the long diagonal, but it seems like if I'm not taking here, which I don't want to, then this diagonal is gonna be rock solid. So let's get the bishop going this way, and I defended my pawn. Okay. I could definitely play d5 at some point. Then we're kind of transposing back into a London, which this guy is comfortable with. So maybe that's not how we want to play it. I could play knight c6 now that I have an extra defender here. I think I'll just do that, because that seems like a very safe kind of move. That knight was likely to go there anyway. Now I could consider taking, other the knight has already committed itself. Doesn't seem too bad. I guess that I will. I'm thinking I'm going to put this bishop on this diagonal. And this bishop probably belongs on e7, so I didn't want him to take and then be drawn out. So I'm, you know, coming up with this plan on the fly, of course, but I think maybe just here, and let's be ready to castle. I need to be careful about this square. I guess if he plays like knight c4, I can just play d6. Okay, well, there's nowhere else that really makes much sense for this bishop. And yeah, also I rebranded, and it's been so long since I've done a Elite Chess video, I forgot to change my layout here. I like to do this layout for the Elite Chess videos. But, you know, I'm out of practice. So, my mistake. But yeah, I'm back to being CL Smith. I'm not... Chess Lad is no more. So, you know, update all your, you know, your contact books and all that. It's CLSmithXV now. Okay, he's still playing his London stuff. Call me when it gets exciting. Do I still want my bishop on this diagonal? I think the answer is yes. I could try something a little more ambitious with a6, b5, but I'm not real sure why that's that much better. I guess that would preserve this plan of the queen coming out over here at some point. If I play a6, the guy could play c4 and just sort of shut me down. So what is my other plan with the queen if I'm not going this way? I could try to trade off this bishop at some point. Bishop's kind of a, you know, reasonable piece. I could castle. I don't think I'm going to castle long. I was maybe a little hesitant to castle because I know like h4 can be a plan in the London. Maybe wait for white to commit a little bit more to actually castling before I do that. Maybe I'll just play d6. Like, d6 is probably a move I'm going to have to play anyway, which I keep saying this game. But it's not a bad way to approach chess. I guess I'll do it. But yeah, actually I learned that from Magnus Carlsen. And I think he's reasonably good at chess, so. But yeah, I was listening to some interview he gave, I don't remember when or where. But he said his advice was if there's a move that you're going to have to make anyway, it's often good to just go ahead and do it. You know, there's something to be said for flexibility. So when something is inflexible, you might as well go ahead and make that move and keep your other pieces flexible. Often the case. Okay, I could definitely think about not king takes bishop, but queen b6. You get a little, you know, sort of skewer-esque kind of thing. Now the a6 plan is maybe picking up steam, although he might just take, but I guess then I do have the bishop pair. I could later play a5, put the bishop on a6. Could be a good plan. I could still castle. I could play bishop d7. Bishop d7 probably isn't so bad, because I guess I'm happy to trade these bishops. I guess I'll do that. I need to think about knight c4, since I'm blocking the queen's eyes there. Maybe that's a bit annoying. I guess I could just play a6 at that point. Well, no, this is check, so not so easy. I guess I'll just castle. Keeping in the theme of, I don't know what I want to do with this yet, but I know I want to do this. Okay, and he follows suit. Could definitely try to go after this. I am a little annoyed by that bishop. H5. I feel like I don't mind if the bishop goes here. That doesn't feel like a very good square. Trying to find some better plan. Queen b6 is still in the ether a little bit. Doesn't seem too bad. Let's just do that. See what he does about it. Okay, as usual, I'm way behind on the clock. So I feel, right at home. He took. I think I want to take with the queen. Because knight c4 is going to be annoying, so I think I want to get out of it. I'm not sure I'm ever really gaining much by going pawn grubbing, but... I mean, knight c4 also defends the pawn, so okay, we'll just go here. We'll play like b6 and make the battery. And then he'll have to, keep an eye on that the whole game. Maybe b5 is better if I'm so worried about a knight coming to c4 one day. Yeah, let's do that. That also stops him from ever thinking about playing c4. Okay, let's just keep developing. Creating sort of a pin. I mean, not sort of a pin, like a pin. On this knight. Can't get too frisky. I think I have some natural play. I bring a rook to the c file. b4 could be an idea. Knight d5. Logical as well. a3. I don't get this move. I don't get that move at all. I guess he's worried about b4. I wasn't super interested in playing b4 right away. Okay, rook ac8 or rook fc8? Or neither. Maybe neither. Love to kick that guy away, huh? Could work on that. Maybe just h6, like that could be a useful move anyway. And it sort of threatens g5, g4. Okay, I'm running somewhat low on time. Let's just make the move. I gotta come up with ideas a little faster. I mean, I like my position. I'm not sure g5 is an immediate threat, because he can, like, come here and defend. Okay, he's attempting to defend laterally, I think. Or he's gonna double up, but that's not too inspiring. Yeah, we're close to something working really nicely here. I could, well, I don't want to go here and block the big battery. I mean, this guy's getting cramped. Okay, need to make a move. Okay, let's start creating problems. It's such a scary move to play. Yeah, so he has this square, so I'm thinking move the knight. Then I'll have that covered. Maybe just here. Also, you know, tries to get the bishop pair. And will probably succeed. Yeah, so now g4 is, I think, just a winning threat that has to be dealt with. I mean, it's scary because I'm to create the threats, I'm opening up my king so much. Oh, I forgot he can just go here, and that's... I mean, it's not a very good square. Okay, now here, I was just noticing I could do this. And trap the bishop. And he kind of made it really tempting. So where's the knight going? I think the knight is just going back. Can't even sack twice here. I mean, I gotta... Okay, so this is just good. This looks like it's just winning a piece. Also, my rook is probably going to be able to join the fun, too. Yeah, okay. I could throw in this. That hits the rook. This is hanging in the end, annoyingly. Okay. Let's just get rid of that. Had to sort of do something about that. Yeah, I mean, it's annoying. He's getting some comp. I think I can just sort of defend. I am scared, though. I am feeling fear. White's remaining pieces are going to get pretty active. It's a brave king move. A funny move would be knight here, which I believe ends up with his rook getting trapped. So objectives are definitely trade queens, activate my pieces, evict this rook, or trade it off. Okay. This is doing what I think it's doing, right? Just making sure there's no weird forks. I don't see any. Oh wait, he can go here. But he has to be careful, because I go here and I'm threatening to take and take, so... Okay, I think we are eventually winning some material here. Check, and just king h7, keep pressure on the rook, threatening to take, and then take the rook. Also, now the queen is having to defend this, so just something to keep in mind. There could be some deflection tactic, or he moves the queen, this is mate, you know. Just gotta keep that in the memory banks. Yeah, I was calculating, like, after takes, is there some knight fork, but there's no knight fork. He has to get here or here. So what can he try? Rook g6, king h7. Okay, I mean, we knew this much. Maybe he'll try rook f1. And then takes, but I can take. And there's no queen takes because of the mate. g4, try to get at this. I mean, I think... Okay, there. Just take it. Good defender here. No knight forks or nothing. But yeah, like, if rook f1, I think I'll just go back. And then this is the same problem. No, because, I'm sorry, because then this is check. g4 is a reasonable move. Definitely a reasonable move. Could just defend, but... Maybe I should. I don't like it. He's just gonna keep ramping the pressure up on it. This guy is quite annoying. I think I'm just gonna sack for him. Annoying. Okay, let's line this up again. Force him to commit a piece to defending that. And after takes, maybe I just move my king. Scary, check and here. Maybe I move my king here. Oh wait, here I can just take the pawn and then, yeah, okay. Okay. I'm really thinking about just trying to sack this rook for that knight because it's so annoying. Yeah, I want to blockade. I think. Yeah. And then if here, I think I'll just bring the rook over. And I'll try to just gather this pawn. It's not as clear as I would like it to be. You got a lot of pawns for the piece. I am threatening to take this because of the aforementioned tactic. Mate. Okay, can we trade queens, please? If here... it doesn't work, okay. Check. And then take the rook. Okay, I'll check him. He'll probably go back. Oh. I think we're slowly but surely getting there. Should be good enough, right? If I'm wrong, the game's not going on YouTube. If I calculated that wrong, then the game's getting thrown in the trash. I actually did see this. Shockingly. I'll just take that pawn, if you don't mind. You don't mind. Okay, good. Oh. Nah. We are now at the phase where the most important thing is to avoid mouse slips and stalemate. So let's leave him a pawn, you know. Let's be kind. Good little mating pattern to know. Hooray! Okay, so I think I played pretty well. I mean, it was one of those where it got, like, I won a piece, but he got a lot of compensation for it, which is like, it is very common. Like, I mean, I already had to sort of accept a weak king position to even try to push this attack. I just couldn't find other, like, ways. Like, there's probably, like, a good player would probably, like, slowly improve, but I just sort of went for it, which ended up working, you know, due to him blundering. But, you know, the amount of compensation he got was uncomfortable, but I don't think I was ever really in trouble. The graph is bearing that out now that I look at it. But okay, let's start from the beginning. I didn't really know much of the theory in this game. I'm in the Lichess state. We got to look at the masters. We got to look at the big dogs. Okay, so C5 is the line that I like to play. My understanding is that London players hate it, but I can't confirm. I haven't proved it. Okay, apparently you still do play Queen B6 here. That's something good to know. That's scoring really well for black. Computer is even giving black an edge, which is, you know, unusual on move 3. So, E6 is not stupid. Black won 2 out of the 5 games at the master level and scored 3 out of 5. But, okay. We got like a chess position, more or less. Yeah, D5. I figured D5 was a good move. I just sort of like didn't want to get back in. Like, I think if I play D5, it just looks like a normal London, and probably he knows stuff and I don't. So that seems like, you know, for meta reasons, I didn't want to do that. We're still following a few games. Transposed back into a few games here. Yeah, this move not found at the master level. I was surprised by it. Because, well, I mean, this bishop looks like it would be pretty good here, right? Like, that's the normal London square. Here it's more likely to get traded for one of black's minor pieces, which I don't think white really wants. Okay, Queen B6 is not a fan of, which does not surprise me. So what does it want here? Let me turn on the arrow. A6. I saw it was legal. I didn't like, you know, sometimes when you do this, they're like, haha, gotcha. And now these pawns are kind of weird with this bishop here. Okay. I guess I just misevaluated that. I thought maybe that was sort of okay for white. I guess it is, but we still got the bishop pair out of it. Okay, so this isn't terrible. I thought about A4. I mean, my plan was just to play A6. The computer just laughs at me. I hate it when it does that. And then, I don't know, I thought maybe I could start grabbing pawns. Maybe there's some Greek gift thing here. What happens if I take it? Bad stuff? Oh. My queen gets trapped, I assume? Or I guess this is just too annoying of a double attack. Or maybe my queen does get trapped. I guess it's getting trapped because the computer is like, you know, saying +6 and trading the queen for the rook and all that stuff. Ah, so there was a queen trap here. Yeah, that is often the case when you get greedy and play queen takes b2. Okay, so that didn't happen, luckily. It actually wants to take with the pawn. I took with the queen, which is also good. I just thought, like, maybe this is somewhat annoying. The computer says it's not annoyed. I mean, I guess, like, you know, it's kind of an uncomfortable pin to walk into, but, you know, we've got the pawn amply defended for the moment. How is white going to add more attackers to it? And we're probably just going to play, like, bishop a6 and try to get rid of the guy. This knight can come back. You know, well, we can't push, but, yeah. It's one of those difficult things to evaluate. It's like, sometimes you move into a pin and then you lose because you were pinned. And sometimes the pin just doesn't matter, and it's just a tough thing to evaluate in a quick game. Okay, but nevertheless, I was basically ahead from here and started slowly building an advantage. Okay, b5 is one of the top moves. It's wanting knight d5. I think I was just sort of like, I like having this battery thing open. I mean, bishop b7 is also one of the top moves. I guess I just thought this, I was thinking about knight d5, and then if the bishop moves somewhere, which I assume it would, then I could play b4 and exploit this pin. Maybe that's what it's doing. a5. Yeah, it didn't really occur to me to play on the queen side. But okay, makes sense, I guess. You know, I've got a little pin going here, and I've got some space. Can try to break up this pawn chain. Didn't occur to me. H6 is not bad. I mean, I keep playing like the second computer move, which I guess is, you know, relatively good. Not too bad. Okay, and then unsurprisingly, the computer's kind of like, what are you doing with g5? But it ended up working out quite well. And then I think he just blundered here. Yeah, see, it's calling it an inaccuracy, I guess because of all the compensation I'm getting. It doesn't even want to play f5. I don't get it. I kept thinking I was getting it. I think the idea is that if I take it, then the rook can swing around, and we're getting this pawn. I think that's the point. Yeah. That I clearly did not see. And now queen a2 is the only good move. That would be a difficult move for me to consider. That must mean there's problems with all the other moves. There's not many other moves to speak of. Okay, what happens if I go here? You can take this, sure. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely believe that white's getting some initiative. So that was a tricky try, answering f5 with d5. It's funny how often that happens. Like you make a pawn push in the center, and then like they counter it with a push on the. You know, it's like these moves are kind of tied together. But it didn't occur to me at all. I mean, I did keep looking at this move, but I thought I could always take it and no problem. But it actually just draws the queen to a bad square. So the computer's saying if d5, the queen should just retreat. A little scary, but we are winning a piece still, it looks like. So, fair enough. Okay, and then it seems like yeah, king g7 was the best move, so that was good, kind of realizing like, let's not let him get too much going here. My king is safe enough on g7. I found this little tactic. Yeah, which just left me up a sizable amount of material. g4 was a good move from him. I didn't see bishop e4. I think that's a fairly big miss, because that really would have eased a lot of my woes. I guess I was so in love with this battery creating the mate threat that move had just eluded me. But bishop e4 makes so much sense. Like, we tempo the queen, we defend our pawn. Yeah, that's a fairly big miss. I mean, inconsequential in this case, but it could have made my life a lot easier. King g7 again was good. Rook f6 was good. And it doesn't really want to just sack the exchange. It says that white should take it. I thought he would. Well, I mean, I guess that's completely incorrect. It does want to sack the exchange, but it wants to take back with the king, which for some reason I didn't think about. That makes a lot of sense. Let's just get this rook active, recapture with the king, and we blockaded his pawn, and his heavy pieces can't really infiltrate, and we're on the only open file. Okay, so that was sort of weird. But yeah, from here it was basically smooth sailing. My pieces started getting pretty active. I thought he would block with the rook. I was just going to go back. I wasn't sure what to do, but he let me win more material, and it was relatively easy from here. I saw that was legal. I didn't really calculate it, but that would have been a nice finish. Just let him take the rook, because this is mate. But, you know, with little time on my clock, this was much safer and clearly still winning. And I got to play the cool tactic. I didn't see G4 here, but I got to play the cool tactic, queen takes knight, which is probably not the best move, but it ends the game immediately, so it's hard to argue with such moves. Even when the computer says G4 is minus 25. This is only minus 10, how dare I? But it was the fun way to end the game. Yeah. And there's just no trouble here. My king's able to stop the pawn, and yeah. Rooks are good. Rooks are better than pawns, it turns out. And then we did this. And found the mating pattern at the end. I've always called this the railroad mate, where like the king and the queen are like working on the railroad, you know, going down the line. I don't know if that's what other people call it, but that's what I call it. So, railroad. But anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, you know, like and subscribe and all that stuff. And remember, it's CLSmithXV now, okay? See, right here. Wait, can I? Okay, it starts over here. CLSmithXV. So tell all your friends, if you told your friends about Chess Lad, go back to your friends and be like, look, I'm sorry, I recommend you the Chess Lad. CLSmithXV, that's actually the good Twitch, not Twitch, YouTube, both chess channel. Just do it, it'll be fine. But okay, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.